This is the brand spanking new 3rd generation Acura RDX. And Acura says it's the fastest, best handling RDX ever. So coming up right now, here are the top 10 things you need to know about, well, the best ever RDX. If you're going to be the best RDX ever, you have to have more power and more torque. And so at number 10, we have just that. 272 horsepower, 280 pound-foot of torque. That is 40% more than the last generation. At number 9 is a number 10, as in a brand new 10-speed automatic transmission. In fact, it's the first 10-speed in this segment. And Acura says that this 10-speed will downshift from 10th to 6th, skipping 4 gears to 4th when you want to pass somebody like that. Acura also says that first gear is 15% lower than the outgoing model, and 10th gear is actually 7% higher than the 2nd generation car. At number 8, we have the super handling all-wheel drive. Is that how you say it? Anyway, it's a real torque vectoring system that can appropriate up to 70% of the vehicle's torque to the rear wheels, and then 100% of that 70% to either the left wheel or the right wheel, which means that unlike many systems that actually break the inside wheel when you're going around a corner, this will actually push the outside wheel when you're going around that same corner, giving you true torque vectoring and super handling all-wheel drive. At number 7, we have a brand new chassis, which you can see there with brand new 5-link rear suspension that can actually actively damp or change the dampening in both the front and the rear shocks, giving you, well, a variety of different drive modes depending on how you want to drive, either Sport, Sport Plus, Comfort, or a snow mode. At number 6 is this huge dial that's prominently displayed in the center of the dashboard. It's the Ids Switch, and it lets you shift from Sport to Sport Plus to Comfort to even a snow mode. And that actually changes at least 5 parameters in this car. The throttle, the steering, the dampers, the active sound, and you know how much I love that. And of course, the way that the super handling all-wheel drive appropriates power to the different wheels, making the car very sporty, very comfortable, or very capable if you're in deep snow. Let's interrupt this TFL countdown for a quick good, bad, and weird review. The good, most cars that are either rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive have a transmission tunnel that encroaches onto rear legroom. Not the Acura. The back floor is almost completely flat. Now let's skip to the weird, and that's right here. Acura has actually thoughtfully given you 3 cubbies underneath this floor. But the first cubby is huge. You can use it for milk, anything at the grocery store, but there's a second and third cubby that are hidden underneath the floor. That's kind of weird because if you don't think about it, you don't know that they're there. But the bad is that if you want this top to stay open when you're putting your groceries in, no luck. At number 5, we have the fact that Acura says this car will be cross-shopped with German and Swedish competitors like the Volvo XC60, BMW X3, Audi Q5, and of course the Mercedes-Benz GLC. I think people looking for this car will also cross-shop it with the Lexus and the Infiniti crossover. However, Acura did bring those German competitors here, and we will be publishing a review of this car compared to those Germans next week. At number 4 is this new user interface that Acura says is much more intuitive and much simpler to use. And the way that it works is you have this touchpad right here that basically mimics what you see up above the screen. And there's a second touchpad right next to it that mimics what you see to the right of the screen. I've been using it all day and it's pretty easy to use. What actually has surprised me is that the voice command, which is also improved, navigate to Four Seasons Hotel.
Please make a selection by name or line number.
Number 1, Four Seasons Whistler.
Destination not found. Please try again. If entering an address, please include city and state.
Number 1.
Starting route to Four Seasons Whistler.
Alright, so it's no Siri, but it works a lot better than some of the older systems. At number 3, we have these very comfortable and, dare I say, sexy seats. In fact, they adjust 16 ways. Alright, a Lincoln Navigator has seats that adjust more, like 40 ways, but Acura now has thigh adjustments where the front of the seats bolsters your thigh. And maybe 16 is a good number for the way that you want your seat to cushion your butt. Acura prides itself on keeping things simple, and there are only 4 models of the RDX you can buy. There's a standard RDX, then there is the Tech Package, the A-spec, which we're in, and the Advanced. And the cool thing is, no matter which one of those you get, the least expensive to the most expensive, you're going to get this on all of them, and that is the standard and massive panoramic sunroof. Still working, still going. Yeah, there you go. That's how big it is. At number 1 is the fact that Acura says this is the safest RDX ever. In fact, they're expecting a top safety pick plus when they actually crash test this car. Why? Well, because Acura has used extremely strong steel around the body so that this car will pass that very difficult side overlap crash test on both the driver and now the passenger side as well. As always at TFL, we like to do a bonus, and that is the fact that this Acura has a very well-engineered sound system. The ELS system is supposed to be the best ever placed in an Acura. Why? Because there are actually 4 speakers in the roof. Now the car becomes available June 1st, but driving impressions and pricing are embargoed until next week, when you can come back right here and actually watch that review where I compare this to the German and Swedish competitors. As always, this is Roman reporting for the Fast Lane Car. Check out tflcar.com for more news, views, and of course, early Acura RDX reviews. See you guys next time. Ciao.